making derogatory or defamatory comments, didn't see it, didn't hear it, do not make unsubstantiated and unverified claims. Very importantly, please do not make inciting statements. Please, let's get to the conversation, shall we?
Stimulating and insightful conversations. Hello, Port Harcourt. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
All right, first comment here is on WhatsApp. This one's from Isaac. Isaac says, good morning, Jude. Well, in our school, because of the rates, it's not too expensive, but it's worse than it was before. From Uniport Gate, we used to pay 50 naira, but now everywhere you go around Uniport is 100 naira. During some classes, you get to see some people walk for a longer distance, and some people don't even take the buses. Some people walk from main gate down to the classrooms. That's what we do right now, and there's nothing we can do because the taxi drivers say fuel has increased. Everybody knows this is true. Isaac, that's from Uniport. I know Uniport pretty well. I don't know what the cost is right now. All right, I don't know what the cost is right now. I truly don't. But I know that it used to be 50 naira everywhere. Now Isaac is saying it's 100 naira, right? From says from the gate to the classroom. So I'm assuming that's from Delta Gate, right, to the classroom. That's from to Ofrima and PS Halls and where else? Okay, all right. So basically those areas, it's 100 naira. So some people are walking. Now in my time in school, a lot of people still walked. Heck, I used to walk from my house down to class, except maybe I was running late. So maybe Uniport is not really affected much by this. I don't know. Hey, I'm not in school. I'm not speaking for anyone. Isaac, thank you very much. All right, so this one here says, Jude, good morning. I think for students, bicycles will not be a bad idea. I urge all students to get one. Rejoice from Ahoda. I did not think of this. Do you agree with Rejoice? As people are making adjustments, pay 100 naira. I don't know how much is it from the main gate into campus. RSU students, tell us how are you adjusting? What exactly is the cost these days? I don't know. Never spent a lot of time RSU. So call us and let us know. But Rejoice is saying that students should get bicycles. Right, rather than paying for transport around campus, they should all ride bicycles. How much does a bicycle cost, though? Rejoice. That would be the first question I have to ask. How much does it cost? Good morning, Jude. Thank you. Now that school has resumed, a lot of parents are finding it difficult, particularly for parents who have to take their children to schools that are not close to their homes. I've advised parents to come together so that they can either pay for a particular keke or taxi to be taking their children to and from school. Things are not easy for a lot of parents now. But haven't parents been doing that before? Thank you very much, Emeka. Haven't parents been doing that? That's Emeka from Ajib. Haven't parents been doing that? People come together. If parents are in one area, for example, and they have children who attend the same school, they come together and say, okay, let's pay for a bus or something. Isn't that what? Well, that used to be done in my time. I don't know, but it sounds normal to me. I don't know. How are you adjusting? Right now, schools have just opened, talking about primary and secondary schools across the state. Students have been on campus for a while. How they are adjusting to the new transportation realities. We'll be back after the break. And this morning we're talking about adjustments, transportation adjustments, particularly now the schools have all resumed. So primary, secondary, and even tertiary institutions all open. Parents right now have had to adjust, tighten their belt. It's the proverbial, September to remember period. Why? Because that's the month summer has just ended, long holidays over. The parents have to buy new uniforms, new plates for those of you who are sending your children to boarding schools. Some of you have to get new books as well because your child or your children, most of them, most likely, are moving from primary 1 to primary 3 or primary 3 to 5 or, from JSS 1 to JSS 2, SS 1 to SS 2. It's a whole lot of change, and if your school is not affected by the perennial strikes, then during the month of September new sessions usually start, and so you have an influx of year ones coming through and all of that things happening all over the place. All right, it's a very busy period for parents. But now, obviously, with petrol in its triple figures, not double now, triple digits now, as petrol, retails from anywhere between 495, 500 to about as much as 670 or 690, right? Depending on what part of the country you are in, parents are now having to find out, okay, where do we cut corners here? Are we buying you new clothes, or are we going to be able to give you more money for transportation? Interestingly, as a tertiary student, a lot of money is spent on two interesting things. One, food. Two, transportation. So which one is going to be more affected this period? Where's the adjustment hitting the most? Okonkwo is speaking to us from Rumokuta. Okonkwo, good morning to you and welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Brother Jude.
Good morning.
As a philosopher, I want to ask, is it even proper for people to adjust in their transportation scheme? Because I'm asking the question. If after people have explained based on the sufferings that they pass through, I don't know whether there's any way that you yourself or you will tell government now to bring a solution to avoid this adjustment. Because many times I've had even through this platform that people were walking on the road and they fell, they slumped, and some died, and some they are taken to the hospital. So after telling you now, will you bring a solution so that there will be no transportation adjustment? So that's my question.
Well, it is not. It's not the media's job to provide solution. It's not my job to provide solution. What we are meant to do is first and foremost highlight what's going on. Obviously, that means that your voices are ahead, raised. Then pressure can be placed on through pressure groups, and that's how it goes. Don't forget, in Port Harcourt in particular, there is the free bus scheme. All right. The question is, now that schools are open, I'm curious, how many students have actually or are regularly using those school buses? Or maybe a separate system should be made for students. Anyway, welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
And now, Hello Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Well, Frank is on the line. Frank joins us from Transamadi. Frank, good morning to you.
Yeah, Jude, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Jude, there are different types of adjustment. Okay? And let us focus on one, the one they call survival of the cheapest adjustment.
Wow.
Yeah, those who fit survive, right?
Interesting.
What happens to those who did not fit? Your guess is as good as mine. All right? So it's going to happen. Don't forget that extra payment for transportation means that people have less resources to pay for hospital bills, pay for drugs, buy food, all right? All those things, they all increase in that same ratio. If you used to dash somebody money, 2,000 naira, if you see that person's call now, how will you feel? Are you going to pick it up immediately, or are you going to resist? Are you going to look for the story? You see, it goes that way.
But okay, Frank, let me ask you. All right, now I don't know if you listened. I expressed my observation. Sitting with students who were taking a taxi. Yesterday during the rain, how a lot of people were lapping. Trying to cut cost, right? And I don't know about the schools, but I said earlier that in university, people have been trekking for a very long time. People walk in order to save costs. Now, I'm not quite sure. But let me ask you, I don't know if you have parents around you, how do you think they are adjusting? Because their children must go to school. I don't know if you have children, you must send them to school.
Yeah. Don't forget that the salaries of these parents did not increase. It's citizen salary. So they're going to give the children less money. Even if they give them more money, slightly more, that money is going to achieve less. So more students will trek, more will trek. If 20% were trekking, you can look at 20% or 30% extra, turning those that were trekking before to trek now. And the issues will multiply in that ratio. So more students will trek, and some students will try to adjust the accommodation, get closer to school, right? While some will leave school to go outside for different other reasons, but they can combine with their fellow friends to live in the same hostel so they can combine their resources and feed.
Okay, combining resources.
So there's going to be a lot of adjustments.
Okay,
right.
That's one way. Frank, you seem to have a good grasp of these things. Thank you very much. 90.3. Oh dear. All right, let's get back to WhatsApp now. WhatsApp, Telegram, 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Bicycle. It's cheaper in the long run, Jude. There'll be no need to buy fuel or pay for motorbike or taxis. Look, I agree. Totally agree. Bicycles make a lot of sense. Good morning, Jude. This is James here. I don't know why Nigerians always like to complain about some inconveniences. Back in the UK, a lot of students would trek 10-15 minutes to class and back every day. The skies did not fall. Neither did the government have to come and give them free buses to take them from A to B. We're a lazy set of people. Things are more expensive. Yes, I know. But for a student, particularly for a university student, they shouldn't complain. Walk to class. Nothing will happen. Plan your time and you'll be fine. Okay. James obviously has a different view. Christian is in Ahoda. Christian, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Mr. Chu.
Hello. Welcome, Christian.
Have you ever heard about TAP, Structural Adjustment Program?
Yes. Yes, I did. It was under the regime of Babangida.
Yes. That is what we are practicing now in every aspect of life, not only in transport. You adjust. In transport, you can pay for internet compact.
Okay.
Then in feeding, you can feed one in the morning, then you adjust in the afternoon, take biscuits and pure water. Then in the evening, you can take some other things.
Take biscuits and pure water.
You understand? So some other things we can adjust.
Well, Christian, I don't know if you have. Hello.
Yeah?
I don't know if you are in Ahoda right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's be very honest. Right? Do you see a lot of children walking to school in Ahoda?
Yes.
Hello.
Most students walk. They walk.
Most of them walk to school.
Yeah, and some have bicycle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Pleased to hear that. Some have bicycles. Interesting. All right. Let's get to our social media handles. All right. At Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info PH for Facebook and X. At Nigeria Info PH for Facebook and X. At Nigeria Info PH for Facebook and X. If you just joined us this morning, we're talking about adjustments. And my question is this, very simple. What adjustments are you making, right, as a parent and as a student as regarding transportation? What are you doing right now? Are you paying less for either food, or are you walking a little further? Are you taking a different bus route? How are you managing? Ibn Abab just said, I will trek. If I don't trek, conductors will make a mess of me. Oh, wow. So you are trekking, Ibn Abab says, I will trek. That's on Facebook, by the way. All right. Thank you very much, Ibn Abab. This one here says, another idea, I think, is for parents to take their children to a nearby or neighborhood school to save transportation costs rather than the long distance school. But that's from Rejoice. But what if the long distance school is where the quality is at? Let's be honest. No matter how well meaning, right, your school proprietor is, there might be somebody's school who is probably better, not necessarily expensive, maybe better quality or whatnot. There's a track record. I don't know. Zion is in GRA. Good morning to you, Zion.
The benefit of history is to solve a solution for the present time. A few weeks ago, you brought a conversation relating to this, drifting from public to private.
Yeah, private schools. Private schools, yes. People moving from private to public schools.
I guess few of us went home with knowledge about that. Today you brought in another salient conversation. Let me be honest to you. If you try to adjust the structure, you are going to affect the efficiency of that student or that child. Mentally, physically, emotionally, educationally. Now, they will not be thinking of the formulas they just learned in mathematics. They will be thinking, when I close, I go take check, go out. Food go there when I go eat. You say now, you have just successfully damaged that child with what he just learned in mathematics that day.
But Zion, I don't know about you, but in our time, we used to walk to school. 20 minutes.
We used to have fun to school because we are sure of 3 square meals. We are sure that our parents will come visit us. We are sure we are going to come back with our friends. The distances are not that far, and the population going to school is much. I don't know. Have you seen the people from, okay, let me use a practical example, Arbor Road. Arbor Road girls, when they close.
Yeah.
Do you know that you'll be at Arbor Road girls? Those who are trekking home have gotten to, should I use the word, Makoba. There are still students coming. The ones that are going towards Borokri, some have passed through down towards the carnival area. Those sides, you will see students are still coming in their groups, in their pairs, friendships. They are laughing, they are playing. They don't even know when they trek home. But today, there is insecurity waiting for them. There is somebody that may snatch them. The truth is, times are different. Unlike our days, that now they say, oh, now we get the school, they go. Even you that have transports to pay, you are shy to even pay transport. You are even afraid, my friends are trekking, and me won't come pay transport, and then I join and I'm up with they go. The truth is this. The only solution of this problem you are discussing today was bedded on that conversation you had a few weeks ago. Public or private school drift to public school. So that we, the parents now, with our millions and billions of naira, we can also support that public school, that Okoro Nodo that is there, that is so abandoned. We can sponsor one teacher from anywhere. Proprietress, please, I'm bringing this teacher for the sake of my child in primary 2. I have tested him, it's okay, I will pay his salary.
Interesting.
You have removed a burden. Another parents will come, oh, proprietress, since my pikin there for social school, they pay 2.5 million. I want to support this school with a bus that will be taking the ones that are living at Old Bigo. This is the way we can grow and destroy this structure we are fighting for. Everybody try to crack the structure. You cannot crack the structure the way it is. You cannot crack the structure with what it has presented to you.
All right.
Don't forget. Sorry, let me stop here.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Zion. All right, let's quickly get more messages and also get more calls. 08179230003, 08179230007. Good morning, Jude. The transport fare at Uniport differs depending on one's destination. From Uniport Park to Delta Campus and Alakaya is 100 naira flat. But from Uniport Park back to Kem is further down Choba, by the way, is 150 naira. I think students should take shuttles to class in the morning in order to avoid being late and trek home after classes. As for me, I do trek down to class and only take shuttles when I am tired. Okay, all right. So takes he or she? I don't know. All right, but yeah. So this person takes shuttles only when the person is tired. Good morning, Jude. I am in support of students, particularly university students, walking. Yes, we know we live in a time where there's a lot of convenience and comfort, taking buses, taking taxis, and some of them even having cars. I have no problem with it. But what was making universities so fun those days was the fact that you had a chance of interacting with people as you leave classrooms. These days, people walk out of classrooms, jump into vehicles, and nobody says hi, hello any longer. It's almost as though it's a business for just memorizing and going back home. What exactly is the character? Where is the learning? Yes, it is more expensive to move, and I'm not saying people should not get into taxis, but let's take advantage of this. I encourage more students to walk to class and from class. The chances of you talking and discussing about issues are better when you are walking than when you are sat down for just 2-3 minutes enjoying the bus ride. Look, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I have to be very honest, please. As a student, sometimes you're tired, you just want to get home. And let's not forget, now everybody's complaining about rains. When the harmattan comes, or maybe when we have a bit of a dry spell, the heat that comes sometimes can be so unbearable, you would literally be begging people to please carry you. Is it during those very harsh environmental conditions you want people to come and be walking around and go, hi, my name is Jude. What's your name? How did you enjoy GS 305? That lecture, his head is too big. I'm uncomfortable. I want to get home. Why would I want to be talking to you on the road? Hey. Just say. Good morning, Jude. I think the first adjustment parents should consider is unwanted and unnecessary childbirth. Many Nigerians are just giving birth without adequate plan. Let's adjust and stop putting all the blame on the government. Americana from Ogbakari. Interesting. Jude, I have been trekking for long now. By the end of this month, it will be my 1-year anniversary of trekking to work to save cost of transportation. I wanted to get a bicycle, but it costs too much. Some go for 35,000. Jeez. While some are over 40 or even 50,000 naira. And secondly, I can't even ride a bicycle now. I got up early to trek to avoid getting late to work. Today, I will have to trek back home too, and I'm doing it alone. Not that I'm having fun trekking with someone or with people. My advice is that if you can trek for it, or if you have a means to pay for some extent and walk some extent, do it. Destiny in Port Harcourt. Ooh, so it's a lot of trekking. But anyway, I don't want to be presumptuous. Maybe Destiny's, distance is maybe like 20. I walk to the office a lot of times. 15-20 minutes on average, right? I walk. It's one of the few exercises I get to do, so I always look forward to it. When I'm walking, I'm thinking, I'm listening to music. It calms me down. But I will not lie. Would a car do a lot of good? Yes. Would cheaper transportation come in handy right now? Yes, it would. It definitely would. All right. But it's the reality we're in right now. And that's why I say people have to adjust. But it's becoming more evident, like I said, now that schools have opened. Now the schools have opened. May, June, July. Look, for June, July, August. June, July, August. For some schools, they were shut down. So the parents had a little bit of a reprieve. But now it's open. All comers. Once again, let's get a bit more information about RSU. I have no idea. We're just trying to put this in context. So if you are listening to us and you are from RSU, maybe you school there, or business takes you there, or you are even a staff there, maybe you have some information, please tell us. Are more people taking the buses? What's the fare like? How are you adjusting as a student? And even as a staff member, because I'm very sure not every staff member at RSU or Uniport has a car. So what are the adjustments? 017-923-0002. 08179230003. Once again, 08179230002, 08179230003. All right, so WhatsApp 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. That's where you find us on WhatsApp. Let's get to Facebook very quickly at Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us. I can't get over this message of I'll trek and I'll keep on trekking. Well, walking is good, don't get me wrong, right? But it can be tiring, and there's nothing wrong with a bit of comfort. That's the reason why technology is there. Now, Wonderful Boy Monday on Facebook says, in my area now, some students are not going to school because of trekking. They will think about how they will trek to school and how they will trek back. Parents should try and assist, at least buy for their, should at least try to. Okay, I'm not maybe try to get transportation. That's what Boy Monday is talking about. Smith Smart says, I had to adjust everything I do, even what I dash out to and things I eat. Humble Oloko, this on Facebook says, trekking has been my lifestyle since in school, even now in my workplace. Look, we all walk. There's nothing wrong with walking. But, for the sake of convenience and then factor in your time, you should be able to take a bus, a taxi. Good morning, Jude. When the governor started the free bus scheme, I thought about the students first. Let's ignore the parents and those who work. Yes, everybody needs a little bit of assistance. But what about the children? Some children have to go 2, 3, 4 hours these days to get to their places if they don't have buses or taxis. You need to see some children, Jude, in the afternoon walking. I pity it for them. Unfortunately, I can't carry a lot of them, but I see them. Come outside Port Harcourt, Jude, from 2 o'clock up until 4. You keep seeing children walking, and they're not walking for short distances, a long distance. I think the government should also take into consideration these people and make buses available for them. Okay, that's not a bad idea. The free bus scheme works. People have alluded that they've gotten on the free bus, they move from one place to the other. The criticism has always been, the buses are not enough. But now that schools are open, and it's kind of like one of those scenarios that just escape your mind. Because, yesterday we had the Commissioner for Education, here in the studio, talking about some of the challenges and, some of the complaints that some parents have had with the educational sector, particularly basic education here. It would have been good to have posed this question to him as well, talking about transportation for children, primary and secondary school children. I think it's very important, that someone just made this comment. Buses should be provided for. I think I'm very sure a lot of parents would probably be in agreement with this. To take children to school when they are meant to be in school. So the buses ought to, probably be around maybe from 7 o'clock in the morning or 6:30 in the morning till about 8, 9. Obviously between 9 and 2 or 3 p.m., right? All children should be in school. They shouldn't be outside. So it's not like the buses will be functioning then. But from 3 to maybe 4 or 5, you expect a lot of children to be out. I think this is a great idea. I have to admit, this actually has to be a great idea. Ijoma is on the line. Ijoma speaking to us from Ruma Holu. Ijoma, good morning to you, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, my daughter is in USC.
Okay.
River State University. So they used to pay 15 naira before now.
Okay.
From the gate into the campus. Right now, they pay 100 naira. So what they do is either you trekking, depending on where your lecture hall is, or you pay the 100 naira.
How does that make you feel? Are you having to fork out more money for her?
Yes, I used to give her from Roma Hollow to River State University. I used to give her 1,000 naira before.
Every day?
I give her 1.5 or 1.8. Because from Rumokoro to my city has equally increased.
Wait, Ijoma, please let me ask you: Is this what you give to her every day?
Yes, every day.
Okay, so she
has lectures every day.
Okay, so let's assume, right? You give her 1.5 every day for 5 days, right? That's about 7,500 naira, and you do this for a month.
Yes.
You're spending about 30,000 naira on transport alone.
Well, I give her that and ask her to accommodate whatever she choose, because she may not want to. She tell me that can buy her good lunch. So she eat in the house or she will pack food, and then that's what I give her every day.
Wow, that's a lot.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back after this.
Get in on the action with Betano, your exciting destination for freedom sports